What's up, you guys? I am Nia. Welcome back to my channel. Y'all, I just want to really talk to y'all right quick because I just seen something on Twitter and it was like, it's true. It's really, really, very much so facts. It was about, it was like signs you have poor pussy management. So that's what the title of this video is going to be. Do you have poor pussy management? And a lot of us do. And this is why I really want to talk about this video. Because we got to stop as women. I just feel like a lot of times women, I feel like we've allowed the men to let us play ourselves against one another because it benefits them. It's like they're the puppet masters and we're their puppets. And they use us as their little puppets to make you feel better than that one. So that way y'all can fight for me and I can still get the victory. Like, because look at what happens in most situations. The woman's fighting the other woman. He playing both women. And yeah, y'all mad at each other, but he's the one playing both sides, but y'all mad at each other. It's like, we really got to stop that. When you learn to love yourself and learn to put yourself first, you won't understand it. No man is supposed to play you like that. He don't have any time. That's one thing about it. I don't play that shit. As soon as you bring it, you could do it with many other things. Like, I might have dealt with some bum niggas. I might have dealt with abusive niggas. I might have dealt with that. Like, I just feel like once you bring another woman into our union, into what we supposed to have, I can no longer have that same respect for you. Like, and that's, to me, I will lose respect immediately over that. I don't play that. That's what draws the line. But at the end of the day, I'm not gonna sit here and say that I'm better than another woman because I've dealt with bullshit from niggas too. I just haven't dealt with the same type. And that's why I was saying with the post, it's like, everybody has their definition. And when you look in the replies, everybody has their own meaning of what they felt that poor pussy management was. And to me, all of it is poor pussy management. Anything, period, anything that's devalue yourself and you had to deal with, you had to make a sacrifice and then get nothing out the deal. I feel like it was poor pussy management. And I just feel like a lot of times us as women, we're losing collectively. You ain't better than you. I'm not better than you. You not better than me when it comes to relationship status. Now, there's status, there's levels to the financial world now. It's different women, you might be above me. In the financial world, I might be above you in this area or whatever. But and then when it comes to this relationship status shit, I don't feel like no woman is above another woman. I don't even care if you're married, because you know how many, like, you have to really think about the statistic of people that are married, that are actually happily married, that are actually in a marriage, not just wedlock, not just doing it because of society and you just ran and married anybody because of what society is saying. And you're dealing with, in a marriage, you're dealing with all these other things like that is devaluing yourself and making you lose your self-esteem. So it's like, to me, I don't glorify nobody, because after this, my evaluation of how I feel about, people and children, because we all were once children, and the fact that there's plenty of kids that came from these two-parent married households, and there's plenty of kids that came from these single mother households or single dad households or raised by the grandparents. And at the end of the day, you got kids that come from all those different umbrellas, and they all still damaged, and we all still damaged adults walking around out here in the real world. So it's like, at the end of the day, is that a real determining factor on anything? It doesn't. Your relationship status does not solidify anything. That's why I just be feeling like these titles, people take titles too far. I just feel like it's taken too far because it doesn't solidify who you are as a person. There's plenty of husbands that don't act like husbands. They don't even respect their wives. They don't love their wives. And there's plenty wives that don't respect their husbands, don't love their husbands. Like, it's just too many different dynamics, and I've seen them firsthand. If y'all watch the video that I'm posting before this about my whole phase, like, and just keeping it real with what it is. And I'm sure there's other girls out here who have experienced that stuff. And at the end of the day, I just feel like women collectively, we need to do better and stop letting men play us as puppets in their puppet mastermind, narcissist manipulative games, because that's what they do. And then we out here in competition with this girl because it's a battle of who the best, who look the best, who got the best body, who get the better niggas, who get the most gifts, who gets the most affection. Like, it's not a competition, baby. everybody has different requirements. What I require, other women don't require. There's women who, they don't care about getting cheated on. Like, it's really levels to this shit. Some women don't care. As long as they're being taken care of at home, they don't care if their man is out mingling in town or whatever. They don't care if he's bringing her back diseases and shit. They don't care about none of that because they being taken care of at home, and that's maybe all they ever wanted. And then you got some girls who they not having that shit. So they're willing to be single or to, you know, yeah, I'm just gonna say be single because, yeah, you willing to be single because you can't tolerate that same stuff that that woman can, that maybe she's married and it seems like it's perfect for her, but really you don't know what she's dealing with having to have that position. Like, you never really know what people truly have to go through to get what they have. And that goes when it comes to this social media shit, like when it comes to these relationship pictures and goals that you see. You don't know what people have to deal with. We glorifying stuff. Well, I don't glorify nobody, and I'm gonna just keep it a buck. I really don't. Even with, I love Tony Gaskins, you know, and it seems like he's a good man. You know, he might be a good man to his wife, but who really knows what he's doing behind closed doors? You don't know what nobody is doing behind closed doors. Even with this stuff coming out about Kevin Samuels is like, who knows? Like, you know, they saying that he really was in a 1-bedroom apartment. He really didn't have no money to his name. So like, you really never know. And me working in the banking industry, I know firsthand that a lot of people fake it. Like, you really can't afford the lifestyle you're living, or you're selling your soul to get certain things. Like, you're selling your body, you're selling this. Like, it's even guys out here that are selling their bodies, selling their souls. Like, they're doing the same thing. It's just like all for the love of money. That's why they say it's not money is the root of all evil. It's the love of money that's the root of all evil. The root of all evil, because it is like, money can change a lot because we live in this capitalism world. So it really can change a lot, and that's how people go crazy for it. And that's just a different topic. I'm supposed to be talking about the purpose management whole thing. Like, I just really want women to do better. That's why I'm even on here. I really just want to educate women, like how to boss up. I'm still in my boss up phase. Like, I'm just working on myself. I just really want better for us as women. I just feel like a lot of the young girls are lost. I was lost. Like, I finally know myself now, and I'm 28. It took me till I was 28 to really, really know myself. Like, I started learning myself, like, you know, around 24, 25, like really right after I had my baby. Like, my first baby is what helped me. Like, my mind just like changed. Like, I don't know, it just started changing. Like, it just started changing because I had a baby then. I was like, wow, I have a baby. I can't tolerate this. That's why I left her dad. I'm like, my babies don't understand all that arguing and stuff because they don't have to deal with that. I left both of their dads. You know, even with them, they had experienced me arguing on the phone with her dad, because in person with my second baby dad, we never really argued. Now, I might talk some shit, but he not gonna yell back at me and all that stuff. Like, he was not that tight. But my first one, we used to argue a lot. I mean, it wasn't all the time, but when it was bad, it was bad. You know what I'm saying? And I just know that it just became so toxic to the point we walking around on eggshells. If it's every other couple months, if it's going to be drama, because to me, I don't, you know, you might go through some stuff. You're going to go through some stuff, I understand. But if it's like every day, every week, every month, every 3 months, I don't want drama like that every other month, or I just never know what to expect. I just want that safety net. So for me, it was more so like, dude, I don't know what's up with you. Every 3 months, you ready to act weird and stuff. I think I was telling you about that in the last video, one of the last videos. Like, you want to switch up, and is it because you want to cheat? Because I'm not really doing nothing to you. Like, and that's the thing. We be feeling like we're doing something to them, and that's what make us being in competition with these other girls that they cheating with, trying to figure out what is it about her. It ain't nothing about her. That ain't shit. And that's how I be like, damn, that's why I don't be giving a fuck. I know them bitches ain't me. Period. You watching this, you ain't me. I'm not you, but you definitely ain't me. Like, that's a fact. Whole phase and all. One thing about it is I'm definitely high quality. I done did some raunchy things, yes. But now, this woman I am now, even who I was then, that's why niggas be in love. Period. And that's what I ask them to do. Besides, get their shit together in the sense of leveling up for a relationship. But at the same time, it's like you can't force people to want what you want, and that's just what it is. I know what my goals and stuff is, and at the end of the day, if men are not in alignment with me, you know, where I'm headed. Like, I know I'm not where I want to be completely right now, but I know where I'm headed. And that's the thing. I have to just make sure to stop. But I just watched this video about dating down. My mom always tell me that, like, see, you got to stop dating down. You got to date men that's on your level or above you. Like, and my first baby daddy definitely was, like, well, at the time when I met him. But I grow fast because every day I'm trying to better myself. I just learned in 2 months of being in Texas, I've learned so much about myself. Like, I've learned so much about myself. I thought I knew myself a couple years ago. And now when I'm looking back, it's like, damn, girl, you really didn't even know yourself. And it took to be alone. That's why it's so important to get that alone time and stop just jumping man to man, just casual sex. There's nothing good about casual sex. All you're doing is getting soul ties, getting hurt, getting just really bringing your value down. It's truly bringing your value down. And I just want better for women, just like I want better for myself. Like I keep saying, like, my kids changed my life. My girl, and I have 2 girls. I cannot let them and allow them to do the same things I've done. I cannot allow them to disrespect men. I don't want them to have that hate relationship with men. But I know they're gonna build their own, feelings once they get out there, and I'm going to let them know certain things to protect them and what they should watch out for, because these men are very strategic. They're very strategic. So, yeah, it's just, but none of us is better than the other, for real. At the end of the day, I'm not going to tolerate shit that you're going to tolerate. You're not going to tolerate shit that I'm going to tolerate. We all have different requirements. But stop letting these dudes put you as play that puppet master game, like, oh, she don't even have a man, so why you listening to her? Or she didn't even, because you don't even know what it's taking her. Like, do you know what she has to deal with to even have her man? You really don't be knowing what people be going through. Like, don't glorify. I remember when I used to be with my first baby dad. Don't glorify us. Like, yeah, we good, but when it's bad, it's bad. So don't be sitting here just glorifying people's relationships, because you never know what they really going through behind the scenes. Like, they may appear as cute family, and we're human. We're gonna have issues anyway. Like, that's a given. Men not perfect, women not perfect. We're gonna clash. But to me, it's about the overall picture. When you sit down and write down your list of the pros in a relationship versus the list of the cons in a relationship, you write down where was, when we first got together, how were we versus how are we now? Like, are we growing together? Are we in alignment still? Like, because just like with your car, like, sometimes if you're a driver and you have a car and you got to get that. When that car starts going off to the side, you got to get an alignment done so that your car is staying straight in its path. Like, you got to make sure that your relationship is staying straight on that path and not going off to the other side. Because when you need a fucking alignment, your car, you take your hand off the wheel, that car will start going off to the left, going off to the right instead of staying straight. And you don't want your relationship to start falling off. You want it to have a clear direction of where y'all headed for y'all future, for the longevity of the relationship. Like, and that's what I'm learning. When you get with a person, you have to date for purpose, not just casual sex, just dating, just like, it's supposed to have purpose. Because God didn't even intend for man and woman to just be here just for no fucking reason. He brought us here. He brought Eve here for a reason. And literally, we're supposed to mate and have sex to reproduce. Like, and we out here just talking about casual sex, this, that. What you having sex for if the goal is not to have a baby? Because that's what the purpose of sex was initially meant for. But of course, it's pleasurable. So now we be all that feel good, looking for that feel good, that temporary feel good sensation, especially in a world where shit is so crazy and we got all this going on. So now we're looking for temporary satisfaction. And in the process of that, it leads to some permanent damaging actions and people that have to deal with the consequences of that, which is 9 times out of 10 children. Like, and whether it's a baby that you didn't kill, because don't feel like, oh, I don't got no kids because I done had my abortions, that you above the girls who take care, who actually laid in that bed and they dealt with the bed, that saying, fuck, they laid in the bed that you made, like, so Don't be trying to act like you above other women. Like, I hate when I see girls saying that shit. Like, why do y'all be hating on the girls with kids so bad? Like, are you mad because we just lived and we handle our business? You know, we was busting that pussy open and now we taking care of the responsibility from busting that pussy open, and you took the easy way out and aborted yours? Oh, so don't sit there and do that. Like, don't sit there and say, oh, y'all struggling to talk about this. Yeah, we know it's hard being a parent, and we took on that responsibility. And some parents took on the responsibility, and they know they maybe should have just gotten an abortion because you don't even care about your role. You care more about a man. So if you the type of woman watching this video, you the type of girl, and you really care about love and men, don't bring no baby into the equation, because if you're going to say fuck your kid every time it's over a nigga, and you putting your kid's life in jeopardy because you press to send your kid with any old body, letting people do this and do that, and you just neglecting your kid, don't bring the kid into the world. And that's why I believe in the girls who you really feel like you want an abortion, go ahead and get it. If you know that chasing dick is your priority, so you don't care about really meeting a guy for the purpose of building with him and creating a family with him. If that's your thing, then yeah, you go ahead and keep having your abortions and keep living your lifestyle. But don't sit there and down talk to women who had kids and actually had kids and thought that they were possibly going to be with their kid's dad and possibly going to have that family just because, and then because it didn't work out and they chose to be single mother. I'm talking about me, because that's how I be feeling. Like, you bitches don't even know the reasons why bitches be single mothers and all of this shit. I'm sorry that you don't care about yourself, that you'll allow a nigga to treat you any kind of way and still stay with him. Me, I teach lessons around here, nigga. I'm gonna give you the chance, but if you blow it, it's on you. And yes, I'm gonna leave you. I don't care if I have kids. I don't care how many kids I have with you. I don't care about none of that, because you don't get that. Like, having access to me in itself is a privilege. And these niggas see that. One thing about it, both of my baby daddies, if you talk to them, just like, what? Damn, I'm on that phone. But it's like he say to me, and you really doing a wonderful job. Like, that nigga already know what's up, because you know what type of girl you had for real. You know what type of girl you had. And them niggas, that should be eating them up all the time. And that's why they ain't settled down either. Y'all be thinking it's the girl, but them niggas haven't found the wives yet. Y'all haven't done nothing either. So it goes to show that it's more so stuff within them, or maybe they just don't see the women out here as quality material. But at the end of the day, I don't let that shit define me. It's like, at first it used to bother me seeing that stuff. I'm like, you bitches always saying this and saying that. Like, girl, it's nothing to be with a nigga. Like, it's really nothing. These niggas be pressed. Well, these my baby daddies, like, it's nothing to be with them if I wanted to. You know what I'm saying? It's like, they all, men come back. They do what they do. They come back. They're going to come back to any woman that allows it. It doesn't make you the pick, the chosen one. Men going to go wherever that they're allowed. Men are not able to be alone. Now that I'm learning about the Bible and I've been reading and understanding Adam and Eve, the whole thing, the reason, the whole kingdom, I'm understanding. I'm in God's. I'm here. I'm locked in with God now, so I'm having an understanding more of the dynamics between men and women and husband and wife and what the roles really are. People are thinking husband and wife, they don't even know their role. A wife is literally just a helpmate. The husband is the provider and protector. And then if you in the marriage, ask yourself, is your husband even providing and protecting for y'all? Because a lot of women be married and you the one taking care of the whole fucking family. I.e. like my mom was. Like, you got married probably just to say you were married because your friends were, because of what society says. The whole time you married to a nothing ass nigga, where he being a stay-at-home dad and sitting around playing a fucking game all day, drinking beer. We go to the liquor store to get beer and shit all the time. Like, come on now. But just because you a wife, like, and then look at the divorce rate. It's just like, look at the ripple effect of it all. Look at the ripple effect of it all. Like, it's just a mess. And that's why I say, stop thinking you above the rest, because I don't care what your title is. You're not above the rest. And for me, only titles that matter is that bag talk. Like, that's why I look up to the women that's when they shit monetarily. Because yes, we in a capitalism world. Fuck all that other shit. Because at the end of the day, it's about survival of the fittest. And love don't pay no motherfucking bills. Love ain't paid not one damn bill. Okay? And it's like you gotta sacrifice whether you should have this or that. If I gotta make a sacrifice, I'm gonna choose to have peace and money versus the love. And that's just how I feel. Because now that I've been by myself and just like, you know, really got to be by myself, and I had time to just know myself again. And a lot of girls, a lot of women don't even truly know themselves. You don't even know what makes you feel good, what you like, what you even really want in a man, what you really need, what you really crave, you don't really even know. You don't even know your body. Like, you don't even know what you know, it's just like, you don't even really know. Like, it's just so many lost girls, and I was that lost girl. My baby daddy, the one who told me, I told y'all, he, like, that second one, it's like, even though I be trying to talk bad about him just because of his status, and it's again too, like, because I'm thinking, you know, this video already 20 minutes. I guess I could talk about him in another video, like, but he really was teaching me some good things I needed to know. And I did listen to him. He felt like I wasn't listening to him, but I think I didn't respect him. And that's the thing when I'm learning, like, men look for respect. Women are looking for love. And I don't be respecting men once they do certain things to me. Like, I feel like you came around trying to use me. Like, you fake like you was up for a minute, and then all of a sudden you want to start slacking off. And nah, I don't like that. Like, so once I lose respect for you, it's going to change the whole tone of the relationship. Like, I don't like niggas who be lying to me. That's why I'm just single. I kind of think, and I read something one day that said, like, you know, everybody's not meant to be a wife. And I'm kind of feeling like that. It's like, I have a lot of qualities, you know, of a good girlfriend or whatever, but at the same time, I have a lot of qualities of a wife, you know, because I'm a homemaker. I'm just that. I make a house a home. Like, I cater to my man when I do. That's why I used to be like with my first one. Like, my second one, he really loved me. He was really in love with me. But my first one, he was in love, but it was like he was emotionally unavailable, and he was up and down with it. One minute you writing me love letters, you doing this. But that's what I'm saying. They be narcissists and that love bomb and shit. Because this one, I'm like, why do both my baby daddies write letters? Like, y'all be writing letters, but they don't even live up to this shit that y'all be writing in a fucking letter. Y'all not even in jail. What are you, y'all writing letters then just for what? To try to make me feel like it just be irritating to me. And that's why I feel like I feel. Like, but I used to be eating that shit up. I used to be like, oh, they writing me letters. That's why with my second one, he was like, ain't nobody. And you know, this is what I'm saying, they be manipulated. Oh, ain't nobody gonna treat you like I treat you. And that's why what got me in the first place with him, because I'm like, he just treat me so good, especially after I was just dealing with another toxic motherfucker. Like, I was like, he treat me so good. He's so sweet. He's so charming. Like, you know, he really was. But at the same time, that girl, so you need to get your money up, not your funny up. For real. That's my thing. I just want a man that's working towards the same goals I am. Like, I'm trying to figure out how to really get out the rat race. I'm building wealth. I'm really learning a lot, you know. I just want a man that's really ready to grow me, like this one couple. And like I said, you're not supposed to admire people, but they call our rich journey. I love that their union is when it comes to building wealth, and really, because that's my goal. I really want to build wealth, and I want a man that's in the same vision as me. Like, it's about the vision, you know. It ain't always about where you are now, but if you know you working towards something, you need to make sure your partner's also working towards something. But if you okay with what you're doing now, then yeah, deal with a man that's okay with what he at now. Like, that's on you. But for me, you know, like I told y'all in the last video with my first baby dad, I wanted us to buy a house and stuff. You want to still stay here, you know, basically renting your mom's house. I don't want to do that. I want us to work towards getting our own stuff. And it's like, you wasn't into that, and you wasn't trying to do these things with me. And that's what I really see for myself, see for me and my future and my family. And I'm going to be working diligently towards that always. So it's like, I just feel like, you know, I just felt like maybe we outgrew one another. At first, when I first got with him, my mindset wasn't where it was, because I didn't have a baby either. My babies changed my life. My babies changed my whole mindset. Both times, it's like, that's what I'm realizing. When I got pregnant with her, every time I get pregnant, it's like, okay, I have a real like awakening, like a fucking wake up call. Like, wow, you got a life coming into this world. You have to do better. You have to move better. I'm gonna cry. I just love my kids so much, and they really did change my life. Like, they really changed me. Like, they changed my whole way I think and everything, and I just want the best for them. I don't want to tolerate anything. I don't want them to see me getting abused. I don't want them to think that that stuff is okay. I don't want them to see me allowing, you know, a man to just live off me. I don't want them to see, you know, none of that negativity. I just want them to have a peaceful home environment, because home is key for kids. And I just know how I felt. So I just want them to have everything that I hated about my childhood. I want them to have the exact opposite, you know. And I'm not gonna lie, it is kind of hard, because, you know, with me leaving my second baby dad, it's like, I feel like we just too, it just, I don't know. It's like only God, I feel like, can make me talk to him. I don't even want to talk to him anymore. Like, that's just, I feel like he crossed a line that's just, and that's, to me, it's about them boundaries. If you cross a certain line, it's no coming back from that shit, bro. Just like with my first baby dad, you had that girl text my phone. It's no coming back from all the shit you've done to me. Like, and I still was forgiving you because I was just so in love. Like, you know, and I just really wanted to work because I had a baby with you. Like, it's just the sacrifice that we make to keep the family together. And certain sacrifices, when it comes to my peace, I'm not willing to sacrifice my peace anymore just to keep a family together, because that's what society says is best for the kids. When I know for a fact that's not always what's best. Look at how many kids come from two-parent households, and look how they feel. Ask them how they feel. I can't ask them how they feel because my cousins are dead and they came up in a two-parent household. And if y'all watched that last video, I think I talked about it. But yeah, like, no, it's much deeper than the relationship status. Like, if you are married and y'all both are not healthy and healed from your own childhood traumas, y'all not gonna give a good experience for your children. Y'all have to both be working, not just the woman, not just the man working. Both have to be diligently working to heal. Like, because the only people that it affects is the children. Just like my baby, like, I just be feeling bad. I'm like, God, I don't, you know, I pray for her dad so much. I always pray for both my baby dads, because I don't have my dad in my life. So it's like, I really, really want them to have their dads, but at the same time, I can't sacrifice my peace just for that. You know what I'm saying? That's why I just want y'all to be able to get them, spend y'all time with them. But I don't have to be involved just for y'all to spend time with y'all kids. And with my second baby dad, it's like, that's what I kept trying to tell him, but he was so obsessed with keeping me. Like, why you can't just get your shit in order so you can get her by yourself? I don't want to have to be around you because I don't respect you anymore. Men love respect. I'm to the point where I don't respect you anymore. So all I'm going to keep doing is saying things that's disrespectful, that's messing it up worse. So just leave the relationship alone. All right, I'm sorry, I'm all crying. I just got emotional because that daddy shit, you know, them daddy issues. Like, I have my own daddy issues, and I never wanted that for my kids. Like, you know, even with me moving to Texas, like, you know, I be feeling bad because I'm like, damn, like, now I took her from her dad. You know, I'm just so grateful that he understands, and I just know this is a sacrifice because God told me to move here. And it's like, that's why I just be getting upset sometimes, because it's like, God, you promised me this, and everything is not panning out the way I thought it was when I got here. But I know I heard you promise me this, and it's like, you made me leave because of my own daddy issues. I don't want to make her not have her dad. He was actually, you know, I feel like he could have done more while we was in Maryland, but I understand that his work schedule is kind of crazy or whatever, and he does what he can. So I do appreciate that he would come drop her off at school once a week, you know, and get her on his weekends and stuff. So, you know, I did appreciate that. And she still loved that. Like, kids don't understand everything, but they just like to spend that time with their other parent. So, and because my dad, I didn't have the, close relationship with him or whatever, I want my kids to have the complete opposite. I want them to be close with their dad. And that's why for me and my second baby dad, too, it's like, I hate that you just won't get your shit together, but he's mentally ill. Like, he's really mentally ill, and I just be praying that he really get the real help that he needs so that he can step up and be the father he needs to be to her. Like, I hate that you had to force me to move away from you because your obsession with me, like, you want to stalk me and be crazy and want me dead and stuff because I don't want you anymore because you couldn't step up. But at the end of the day, I was disrespecting you, like, and you wonder why I was disrespecting you, because I don't respect nobody who's willing to watch me struggle and you do the bare minimum. Like, I can't have that. Like, you're not gonna start off when you came, and that's gonna be a whole different story, because this video is 30 minutes. Like I told y'all in that last video, I was gonna really do a story about how I met my kids' dads, and because it all plays a part into this whole self-esteem journey, like, and I just really want to help other girls to really learn their worth, even if it's with the man you had kids with. Like, we gotta make them. That's why men, what Yo Gotti said in that song, give you the respect that you earn. Like, men do want women to value themselves. That's why they treat us like this. Look what they say in the responses. Like, they just hate that we don't value ourselves. Like, damn, it's nothing to get pussy these days for them. And that's why they don't have to work hard for when you got many women that's just willing to give it to you and stuff, and willing to do all these things for you. The ones that do require things, it's gonna be like, okay, fuck them, because I got ones that will do this shit in a heartbeat. Like, my baby father, his manipulative ass used to be trying to say that to me. I'd be like, boy, I don't care, and them bitches will do it. I still like, let them do it. I'm not gonna be the one to do it. Like, I make you work for me. Like, and I think that's what keep that chase with him. That's why he be so obsessed. Like, that he had to move away because you don't know how to separate the two between, okay, it's not working out with our personal relationship. I don't want you no more. I have abandonment issues because of my, family, my childhood. So I feel like my response is to leave. Like, some people's response is to stay. They're scared to leave. They don't know how to leave. Me, I don't know how to stay. Like, I don't. I'm used to being alone. I've been alone my whole childhood, my whole life. I had to be by myself. So it's like, at the end of the day, I'm used to being by myself. So I'm not going to allow, and that's the way I keep my peace. I'm not going to be with you and then I'm upset all the time. I'm not feeling happy. I'm angry, yelling at the kids because I'm reacting from you for real. Like, all of that stuff plays a part into who we are as mothers, with the yelling, the fussing, the whole tone be better. Like, I realized that with my mom. When she finally got rid of my stepfather, she was much nicer. She was much sweeter. Like, she was much more calm. Like, and it just be a lot of times we be stressed as mothers. We dealing with our jobs. We dealing with trying to provide for our kids. Our kids aren't listening. We dealing with this tired ass nigga. Like, it just be a lot of that. And that's why I just want better for us as women. Because our mom, like, yesterday was Mother's Day, so happy belated Mother's Day to all the mothers. But yesterday was Mother's Day, and just seeing everybody post their mom and how much their mom sacrificed for them. Moms make the biggest sacrifice. We sacrifice our whole life to even bring the baby into the world. We sacrifice a lot. And that's our commitment. Once we push that baby out, we are committed to that child for the rest of our life. It don't stop at 18. Like, I hate the parents that think it stopped at 18. Like, I'm never giving up on my babies. I'm never going to allow them to have to figure out none of this shit for themselves. I'm going to let them know everything. Give them the one up on everything. Put you onto the play. Like, put you on game. Your friends, the streets, nobody will be able to tell you shit because your mama done already told you how it is. Your mama done already told you. I showed you the way. I'm not, like, even when it comes, that's why I'm so big on learning wealth and, money and credit. I don't want my kids having that fucked up credit like I had. I don't want them, I don't want them to just have to do none of this stuff and figure out all this stuff. And I just don't want them to have to go through all those things I had to go through. That was the purpose of me. I sacrificed for them. I went through all of this. I was the soldier. I went to war for y'all, so y'all don't have to go through that shit. I hated that mom be like, well, I did it, so I mean, I went through it. Okay, so you think that's right for your kids to have to do things just because that was your experience? You're supposed to want better for your kids, not try to think you teaching them something because it built some kind of endurance in you. Like, no, that's not what you're supposed to do. Like, and when you sign up to be a parent, that shit is a life sentence. You know, they sentence motherfuckers to life in jail. When you have a baby, it's a life sentence. It never stops. Your parents, your kids always going to need you. And then them same very parents grow up and they need their children. That's why you don't ever fold on your children for nobody. You never go against the grain. Your children is the grain. They came from you. How do you go against your children for a person that's not your blood? Your spouse, your partner, they not your blood. And a lot of times I feel like we're not meant to even last forever. We're here to teach each other lessons and different things. Like, as much as I'm getting into the Bible, look how much stuff you have to go through to teach you these things. Look at what I had to go through to teach me these lessons. Like, and it took different guys, like my different relationships. Both my baby daddies taught me my biggest lessons in life and relationships. You know, look what it took. They the ones who finally made me realize, like, damn, Tania, you've been fucking up the whole time. Like, you've been not valuing yourself. You've really been not doing what you're supposed to do. Like, what God called women here to do. To respect your body. Like, man, like, it just, that's why I just feel like you never change up on your kids. Because when you get old and you don't know when you're going to die. People be thinking they're going to die tomorrow. You don't know when you're going to die. You might live till you old. And my grandma just died at 104 in February. So I know I might live old. My kids might have to take care of me. But that's why I'm trying to create this wealth so I don't even have to burden them. Go live your life with your husband and your kids. And just check on mommy. But mommy going to have it set up so that I got my home kid coming to my house. That's why I'm focused on the right things now. And I'm just so grateful for my kids because my kids changed my whole mindset. They did like a complete 180. I don't think none of the way I used to think. Like, I really have grown up, and everybody keeps saying that. Like, even my baby dad, like my first baby dad, like he was saying that. He was like, "Wow, you ain't green like you used to be." Like, he said, "You really grown up." He just sent me this morning, like, "You really doing a wonderful job to me, and thank you so much." I was like, "Oh, thank you," and it feel good coming from him because for a while he's so one of them men who scared to show emotion, scared to express too much. He gonna do just enough to keep you there, like the emotional expression, like he's emotionally unavailable. But so for him to finally start be telling me like he really appreciate, me as a mom, like, I'm really grateful for that because a lot of people be saying, even people that I see in the streets, like, they just see how I am with my kids, I guess, or they feel the energy, like, because, my energy is everything. Energy, period, is everything. Her little ass is that. So I'm about to finish this video because it's definitely long. But if y'all watch this video, I'm thankful. I'm sorry I got all emotional, but, I'm just healing. I'm in my healing journey. If y'all been following, y'all know I'm in my healing journey. And, I'm just growing. And it's only up from here. I just know my worth. And let's just say this pussy under new management, elite management, none of the old shit goes at this time in my life. Like, I'm gonna be 30 next year. It's just like a new chapter for me next year. I'm just ready for some new shit. My shit under new management. My shit closed. This business is closed. My kids are already made. I have my beautiful girls. Like, I just feel like right now I just really want to focus on my goals and just keep healing. So that way, if God ever do bless me with my husband or whatever he sees for me, then, I can actually be healed for him and I won't be bringing my baggage from my old relationships into it. So yeah, y'all hear my baby crying. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Deuces.